Hey everyone, it's Bun! And I'm back with another stuff. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope everybody out there is doing fantastic. It is Sunday. I should have cleared my throat before I started recording this, but I had to do that for you guys. Um, Today I've got something to talk about. Is Tarzan the beginning of the end for Veve? Did Tarzan break Veve? I want to talk about that. Um, we have a drop coming up in 2 hours and 13 minutes for the Back to the Future Part 3 drop, which is the train. Okay? I want to talk about that and I want to talk about Tarzan, okay? So we had Tarzan drop on the app. This was a couple days ago now. Let's just say a couple days ago, easier that way. Um, it was on the 7th, which was 2 days ago. So the list price is $60. Let's start with the list price. I think the list price is probably a little bit too high. Um, Quite frankly, I have tweeted this, but there's so many good pieces on the app for less than $60. So to want to go to Tarzan instead of a Batman, I mean, like, virtually like 90% of people are going to have a bigger connection to Batman than Tarzan. Tarzan is a cool movie when you're a kid, but guess what? It's not any kid's like favorite movie. It's just a cool movie that exists, okay? You know, Tarzan is not nearly the best kids movie, and most kids are going to have a favorite that's not Tarzan, but they may have seen Tarzan and they were like, "Okay, that was pretty okay." You know? So the problem is that Tarzan, as far as IP is concerned, isn't exactly sought after. On top of that, the community also had some problems. First of all, you could not on Twitter see what this NFT looked like, and that's on the Veve community making a mistake. Okay, everybody was posting clips of the Tarzan NFT and they were just putting different audio on it. So to this day, I have no idea what the sound on the app looks like. I have no idea what the NFT sound is at all, right? So we've got a problem. I ought to know that, right? But the community messed up and did not let this drop happen as it should have by posting way too many jokes that, quite frankly, aren't that funny. Let's just have one joke and we'll be cool with it. But it's not the case. We literally just put out video after video of the NFT with different audio, so I have no idea what it sounds like. Not a single clue. To this day, I have no idea what it sounds like, right? The community caused that. So we can blame anything, but there's a lot of blame to go around. So the drop did not go well. Let's talk about it. There was 2,400 editions, and they sold. There is 2,063 remaining, which means that they've sold like 337, basically 337 editions. So the drop as far as production wasn't very good. Wasn't very good. 337 times $60 is still a pretty good amount of money. So, not necessarily a flop. They had some aftermarket sales, so they may have gotten a little bit of profit there. So, you know, fundamentally, it's hard to really say whether the drop was a flop, like, because we don't really understand it from the Veve side. It could be that Veve's plan was to release Tarzan and leave editions in the marketplace so that they would be available. And so, kind of, it's just hard to say on that front. It's hard to say on that front. Now, we have a drop coming up here called Back to the Future 3 coming up today for the train, okay? Now, here's the problem. We have some very similar we have some very weird similarities between this drop today and the drop 2 days ago for Tarzan. Price is $60. We've got 3,200 editions, which is kind of a lot. Um, so we kind of have a problem here. Um, this is another problem with IP as well, because Back to the Future 1 is literally like a 10, and Back to the Future 3 is like a 2. So like people do not have this connection to Back to the Future 3. You know, probably even less so than Tarzan, right? So basically, I have a feeling. So, but here's the thing though. I do think Back to the Future is cooler than Tarzan. Tarzan is for little kids, really. I mean, quite frankly. Back to the Future is for people that are different ages. Um, you know, from kids all the way up to adults, probably. So I do think that the Back to the Future might be a little bit cooler. We don't really have a cool train on the app, so fundamentally there's like a potential edge there because Tarzan was just literally Tarzan and we already have characters, but we don't have any trains. Now, if we've got 32,000 editions, we already know what Tarzan did. Not very good. Sold 300 editions. Since the drop today is Back to the Future, I expect the drop to have similar problems to Tarzan. I do not expect it to sell out, but I expect it to be maybe just a little bit better performance than Tarzan, simply because of like the IP itself being cooler. You know, the Back to the Future 3 and Tarzan have a lot of the same problems, but at the end of the day, I mean, we have to really look at it objectively. I think Back to the Future is just maybe a hair cooler. So I expect to see um, a slight increase on the edition sold, but I don't expect it to be much different than Tarzan. If Tarzan sold 300, I would say this train today will probably sell like under 1,000, maybe 1,000, right? Because quite frankly, there are a lot of people that are huge train fans, and people, you know, people build train sets in their house so that the trains can run around and stuff like that. So there is something to be said about trains themselves too, obviously. So I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, guys. I might sneeze, but that's really all I had to say today, guys. Yep, told you. That's really all I have to say today, guys. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I don't think that Tarzan killed Veve. Like I said, man, anytime anything comes out, we basically, like, fundamentally, we just got to play the waiting game. Simply put, we have to play the waiting game. And I think that's where we're at right now, too. So, with that being said, everybody, have a fantastic day. I'm going to probably make a second video. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.